presents. I gotta put these in a bag. I don't usually do like mail call videos, just honestly because a lot of times we get things and we just open them up right then and there because we're excited, but I know what is in one of these boxes and I wanted to share it with y'all, and so I figured I'll just do a little mail call. Okay, so the first thing, actually I already opened this, is the first Christmas card of this season from Considerate Joy Homestead. You're on your A game. Christmas cards arriving 2 days before Thanksgiving. I'm lucky if I get mine out at all. Last year, receiving holiday cards from our viewers was like such a highlight of the season for us. We sat down with them, we read them all as a family. We looked at your photos. We ended up with viewer photos on our fridge. We just stuck them all on there for the Christmas season. We hung all the cards up on the wall, and I'm going to do that again this year. So our P.O. box will be down below if you want to put us on your holiday card mailing list. We would absolutely love that. It was just such a precious thing for me. So I got a few other letters and stuff today, which I'll open those off camera so I can read them. And this is from Amanda. Cute little card with an alpaca on it. Thank you, Amanda. Oh, how fun is that? An alpaca coloring book. Let's see if there's a note in this one. Boldly Grow Homestead. That is so cute. Art therapy. How fun is that? Actually, my little boys, we will do these like kind of more grown-up coloring books together, but it really helps with their you know, fine motor skills to color those things that are a little more intricate rather than just big coloring. We'll get colored pencils out. Diane, thank you so much. She was sharing that we met at Homesteaders of America, and she is very passionate of heirloom flowers, and so thank you so much for this. That is Pass Along Plants. I love that. I love getting books that you guys have had on your shelves for years because it's such a sweet thing for you to share your wisdom with me. All right, so this here, I actually know what's in this box. Michaela and I met, and she's an incredible artist, and she decided to do a little piece for me. She paints lots of different things, but animals. Michaela Mills. And she had given me some of her little thank you cards that she paints, and some other little things like this before. But then she did this piece based off a picture that she found on my Instagram, I think, or Facebook. I had posted this photo. Wow. I'm so excited about this. She's been sharing progress pictures of this on our Facebook group. Oh my goodness. Check that out. Can y'all believe that? It's a piece of marble. Bear. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you so much. This is amazing. Hey. Hey, you want to see something? Look. What do you think, Bear? This is from Tina, and she actually sent this. I got this a few days ago, but she had said that she would really love to see my reaction, and I have not opened it because I haven't done anything with the camera on. She said she keeps asking to see my peacock tattoo, but she hasn't seen it. So she did she did this diamond painting based on what she imagines it's like in her head. Wow. That is so pretty. Look at that. That is amazing. I'm just sitting here like, okay. I always feel awkward opening in front of people because like I'm kind of an emotional person, but like looking at these and just imagining the tremendous amount of time that went into these things, and that you ladies did these thinking of me, it just really blesses my heart. Thank you. This is so beautiful. I don't want to get like super emotional and stuff, but you will be watching this on Thanksgiving. Whenever I sit down and I, talk about the Christmas cards last year and I show the things that are made that, thoughtful things and personal things and things that people put just a tremendous amount of time in for us, I always feel like there's not like a proper or appropriate way for me to really express the gratitude that I feel. But for a long time, I had really repressed the fact that like gifts was one of my love languages, and I've done like a devotional about this in depth, which I will link. So if you haven't watched that and you don't know kind of like that story, but the fact that we started this YouTube channel and have been positioned to experience such a tremendous amount of generosity and kindness and thoughtfulness through gifts and letters and words of affirmation, and then just the love and thoughtfulness and kindness that you guys pour out on us. It has been such a precious thing, and honestly has been to me an expression of like how extra God is, that not only did I learn that I do experience love through those things, through words and through gifts and through just kindness. Like I learned how much those things mean to me and became brave enough to express that and not feel ashamed of it, but like, hey, these kinds of things make me feel loved and valued and appreciated. And then that was met with just this, just unthinkable outpouring of that. Just the measure of love and appreciation and lavishness that I get to live life experiencing, it is beyond words to me. The amount that I feel in that, it always just feels like sitting down and unboxing things. Like there's no way I could express just the overall feeling of incredible gratitude. It really does mean so much to me. And those of you who never even say anything, even the ones that don't comment, so many people come up to us when they meet us and they're like, well, I watch on my TV and I don't really comment. But like just the overall support when we meet you guys, when you do reach out, like there's no way for us to even honestly respond to everything. There's no way for us to like personally show it individually how much it means. But I just want to take a minute on a day of thankfulness to express to you, oh gosh, I'm not gonna cry. We're gonna talk about a pumpkin here in just a minute, but I just want to take a minute to say thank you, and that I am so thankful for you. You are a fulfillment of so much in my life, and I am so grateful. Unfortunately, I failed to turn my microphone on here, but I could not bear to throw out this cool footage of cutting into this massive winter squash that I've been hanging on to for the last couple of months. Now, winter squash are sometimes believed to be squash that grow in the winter. That's a common misconception among new gardeners. All squash are very frost tender, but winter varieties are just grown and allowed to mature where their skin becomes hard for storage. So they're called winter squash because they're usually eaten in the winter. This particular one I'll tell you more about here in a second once I realized the microphone was off, but here it is on its way to become our Thanksgiving desserts. I got this from our friends Dan and Beverly from Pure Hearts Homestead. They actually grew this down the road. It smells so good. Just absolutely amazing. It almost smells like a melon. I actually tasted it just a second ago. It doesn't taste like a melon. It definitely tastes like a raw pumpkin, but you know, it smells lovely. This is actually the above ground sweet potato squash from Baker Creek. And if we could go ahead and clear something up real quick, because I read this long article on Facebook the other day that somebody shared, and it was like written in this tone of expose, like how dare they try to dupe us. Did you know that whenever you buy canned pumpkin from the store, it's actually squash? And it was like this very like almost scathing kind of tone, and I literally was looking at it, I was like, is this satire? Like, is this a joke right now? Because pumpkins are squash, all of them, all pumpkins are squash. And this actually is called a squash. This one's not even called a pumpkin. I don't really know what differentiates. Like basically there are a few different cultivars of squash, and I don't know a ton about squash. I know that there's Peppo, and that most pumpkins fall in that variety. Cucurbita Peppo, I know I'm saying these things wrong. And then there's Moscato, which some pumpkins fall in that. So I don't know exactly what's like, oh, that one's definitely a pumpkin. I don't know. This, there was actually some discussion about this a couple months ago when this particular squash first appeared on my vlog when I first got it from Dan and Beverly. I called it a squash, and one of my kids, I think it was Asher, actually was like, don't you mean pumpkin? And I talked about pumpkins being squash then, and I had multiple commenters, that's particularly from like the UK, that said, well, actually we would only call that pumpkin here. No one would call that a squash. And so I don't know, maybe that varies by location, or I'm not really sure, but this variety is not called pumpkin. It's an above ground sweet potato squash. However, I'm gonna use it like pumpkin. I sliced it up, I've put it on in a 350 degree oven. Half of this covered 2 cookie sheets, so it's a lot of meat. It's probably weighed about 20 pounds. I said all of this in the original video that didn't have sound, but this is, from what my friends told me, a really, really sweet variety of squash. And so I think this is gonna be really good for our pumpkin pies. But yeah, I'm really, really pumped. The other side of this, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna keep about a quarter of it out and dice it up. And then probably we'll have hash maybe Friday morning for breakfast. I'll dice it up and put it in a bag in the fridge, and then make some hash with diced onions and apples, and put some fried eggs on top of it. That'll be really yummy. Maybe some rosemary in it. The rest of it I am gonna finish roasting, and whatever I don't use for all of our Thanksgiving desserts, I'll just put in the freezer in freezer bags already roasted, so I can cook it later and maybe like some pumpkin bread or something like that.
I was just making sure the mic was on this time.
Yeah,
so
thanks.
You weren't filming it a second time.
When I realized that the mic was off, I may have cried a little. It was dramatic. It was a dramatic moment. I've been waiting to cut open this squash for 2 months because I didn't want to do it when I couldn't make a video of it. And so yeah, that was great that I made that video with the sound off.
Pobre you.
Yeah, poor me. I think that we should make a pumpkin roll and give it to Dan and Beverly out of this.
I don't think Dan would complain.
I don't think he would either. Look at this goof troop. He's got the art of maxing and relaxing down. Bear. Oh. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. We bless you. Until next time. Oh, and happy Thanksgiving.